Now let us very quickly study the image formation using the convex and the concave lens. We'll first take the case of the convex lens, and the light rays are coming from infinity. Optical center, this is focus 1, this is twice f, and this is by measure take the distance to be same, and this is here 2f. What is the first image? If the object is taken at infinity, that means the light rays must be parallel to each other. They might not be parallel to principal axis, but they should be parallel to each other. So I have taken one incident light ray, I have taken second incident light ray. So how many rules should I use to get the image? At least 2 rules are to be used to get the image formation, because for 2 rules I will get 2 refracted light rays, and wherever the refracted light rays meets, there only the image is formed. So what is the rule that I am going to use here? The light ray parallel to principal axis passes through focus after refraction through the mirror. This is refracted light ray number 1. Second light ray also, incident light ray, is parallel to principal axis, and the rule says that okay, if the light ray is parallel to principal axis, it will pass through focus after refraction from the mirror. So look at the refracted light ray number 1 and 2. Isn't that both the light rays are meeting at the point F? That means where is the image formed? At focus. So let us collect the details. What is the position of the object? The position of the object is, it is at infinity. Where is the image formed? Image is formed at focus. And what is the nature of the image, children? Nature of the image is it real or virtual? Actually the light rays are meeting in reality at the point F. So I'll say that okay, the image is real. And then is the image diminished or enlarged? I can see that a very pointed image is formed over there. So I'll call that okay, it is pointed image. When the light rays are coming from infinity, the image is pointed, or you can write down very small images formed. And how is the image formed? Erect or inverted? Erect means that it is formed above the principal axis. Inverted means that it is formed below the principal axis. And we'll prove that with the ray diagrams, follow ray diagram, that okay, the image is inverted. So it is the important property of the convex lens that if the light rays are actually meeting somewhere, if the image is real, then it will always be inverted. It will always be inverted. So let us take the second ray diagram very quickly. So in the second image formation, I have taken the object a little closer to the lens beyond 2f. 2 rules. One rule is parallel to principal axis will pass through focus, and second rule, passing through optical center will pass undeviated. And somewhere here the light rays are meeting. I'll draw a perpendicular. For this point A, I am getting this point, so let me call this A dash. This point is B dash here. This is your focus, and by measure you have to take the second point here, which is 2f. So let us collect the details. Where the object was kept, it was kept beyond 2f. Where is the image formed? The image is formed between f and 2f. So the nature of the image is it is real, and it is small and erect or inverted. This is erect here. The image object was like this, held above the principal axis, and the image is formed below the principal axis. So it is small. The image formed is small. You can draw the ray diagrams on your own. I am giving you a table format that you have to do in your notebooks. Try the ray diagrams on your own, and the table that you have to complete is try different ray diagrams taking the object at different position. So this is the position of the object, this is where the image is formed, and this is the nature of the image which is formed. So first, at infinity you have to take the object. Second, beyond 2f, that is second. Third, you have to take at 2f, and the fourth one is between f and 2f, between f and 2f, and the fifth one is at focus, and the last case that you have to try it between f and optical center. So there are 6 ray diagrams that you have to try, and kindly complete the table format, making the ray diagram of each and every case. You have to complete the same table format for the concave lens also. I am drawing one such ray diagram for you all. So assuming that you are given a concave lens, again how many rules to be used to get the image formation? At least 2 rules are to be used to get the image formation. So optical center here, and this is focus, and this is the position of 2f. Same ways here, this is focus and this is the position of 2f here. Let us take the object at infinity. What will happen? This case we did before also, so let us revise the case. You have to draw a vertical line passing through the optical center. We call this line as the aperture of the lens. Aperture is that maximum opening or the maximum area through which the light can pass in. So assuming that the light rays are parallel to the principal axis, what will happen to these light rays? Will these light rays bend toward the focus, bend and meet the focus? Actually no, they will diverge. This concave lens is called a diverging lens also. This concave lens is called a diverging lens also. Why diverging lens? Because the light rays which are actually falling on the lens, they passes through the lens and they are diverging. They are diverging. They are moving away from the principal axis. But if I extend them backward, I observe that okay, the light rays are meeting at the point focus. This refracted light ray number 1 and this refracted light ray number 2, it gives an impression as if this light ray is coming from focus. This light ray is coming from focus. Same way this light ray appears as if it is coming from focus. Therefore we say that the light rays are not actually meeting the point F. They appears to meet the focus. So when we collect the details for this specific ray diagram, so where is our object? In the case of a concave lens, object is at infinity. Where is the image formed? In the case of this specific case, the image is at F. Of course it is at F. And nature of image, is it real or virtual? It is virtual. It is virtual. And what else about the nature of images? It is virtual and erect or inverted. Whenever the virtual image is formed, we should always keep in mind that the image will always be erect. When it is virtual, it has to be erect. And size enlarged, it was kept at infinity, very large, and the image here is pointed. Very small you can write down or simply write down the image is pointed. Now you have to complete all the ray diagrams and complete the table that I just gave you in the case of concave lens also. So now we have to study about the lens formula and the sign convention that we are going to use there in the formula. It is exactly, the sign convention exactly resemble what we did in the case of the mirror. So first of all, let us see what the lens formula is. There is a very small change in the lens formula. In the mirror formula we used to write down, okay, 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by f. But in the case of the lens formula, we don't have a plus sign over here, we write a minus sign. So this is the lens formula, and you all are aware of this. What is this V here? V is the image distance. V is the image distance. And what is U here? U is the object distance. And what is F here, children? F is the focal length. This is focal length. Sign convention rules are same, exactly same that we did in the case of a mirror. So let us revise them all one by one. Let us make a ray diagram very quickly for the convex lens, and take the object somewhere here. This is 2f and this is f here, f and this is 2f. I have taken the object at, say, this position, 2f. So what will be the nature of the image, where the image is formed? We have to complete the ray diagram. For that, the first rule that I am going to use is light ray parallel to principal axis. What will happen? It will pass through focus. The light ray will pass through focus. One rule. And the second rule is, any light ray which is passing through optical center will pass undeviated. Any light ray which is passing through the optical center will pass undeviated. And wherever the two refracted light ray meets, the image is formed there at this point. I join a vertical line here to find the image. Image is formed exactly at 2f when the object was taken at 2f. The object 2 was taken at 2f. So the distance of the object from the optical center, this is what we call U. Distance of the focus from the optical center is your focal length. Since we are taking a thin lens, so focal length, either you measure the left side or you measure the right hand side, that comes out to be same. And this is the image which is formed, and the distance of the image from the optical center is V. So this is your V here. So let us apply the sign conventions. So very first thing that we have to see in the sign convention, the direction of incident light ray. Isn't that the light is traveling in this particular direction from left to right, this direction? So this is the direction of incident light ray. Light is going from left to right. My this chalk end is the direction. So this is the direction in which the light is going. All the distances which are measured in the direction of incident light ray are positive, and all the distances which are measured opposite to incident light ray are negative. And from where we are supposed to measure the distance here, like in the case of mirror, we used to put the zero of the scale at pole. Here we used to put the zero of the scale at optical center. So we have to start the measurement from the optical center. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. So this is the direction in which we are measuring. So U is measured in a direction this way, opposite to the incident light ray. This was the incident light ray from left to right, and this is the direction in which we are performing the measurement from right to left. From right to left. So for U, I'll say that okay, here U is taken as negative. Why negative? Because the direction of measurement here is opposite to the direction of incident light ray. Let us apply the sign convention for V. We'll put a scale here, and when we put a scale here, this is the 0 line, 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. That means I am measuring from this point towards the right. This is the 0 here, then 1. So I am measuring in this particular direction from left to right. Incident light ray 2 is from left to right, So both the direction of incident light ray and the direction in which the measurement is done, both are same. So I'll say that okay, V is positive. V is positive. Let us see the convention for the focal length. Since it is a converging lens and I am taking the incident light ray in this direction, so where the light rays will go, the light rays are going to meet at the focus. So obviously this is my focus which is active in the ray diagram, this focus. So I have to measure the focal length from this optical center to this point. Therefore the focal length for the converging lens is always positive. Focal length of the converging lens is always positive. So for the focal length sign convention, I told you, I explained you that in case you are given a convex lens, since it is a converging lens, and if the light ray you are taking from left to right, all the light rays are going to meet at the point which is focus, and this is the optical center. That means this is your focal length and this is actually the direction of measurement of the focal length also, and this is the direction of incident light ray also. Incident light ray, isn't that both the directions are same? Therefore the point that you have to remember is that in case you are given a convex lens which is a converging lens, focal length is always positive. And so let us look at the sign convention for the focal length once again. In case you are given a convex lens and the torch is held like this, the light is going from left to right, and obviously the light ray which are parallel to each other, they will meet at the focus, and the distance between the optical center and focus is focal length, and this is the direction in which you are measuring the focal length, which is same as the direction of the incident light ray. This is the direction of the incident light ray. Isn't that both the directions are same? So the focal length here should be positive. So let us see the sign convention for the focal length of a concave lens. These are the incident light rays, and the incident light rays of course are going to diverge, and this is that is why we call this lens as the diverging lens. So it appears they will diverge, and if we extend the light rays backward, they will appear as it appears as if they are coming from the focus. So this is my active focus which is taking part. What is the direction of incident light ray? This is the direction of incident light ray. And what is the direction in which the focal length is measured? From optical center to focus, right to left. Isn't the directions are opposite? Therefore here the focal length is given a convention, given a sign minus. One more point that you all should remember is that convex lens, since is converging the light rays at one point, we call this lens at times as converging lens. And here in concave lens, since the light rays are diverged, parallel light rays, they are diverged, they are moving away from the principal axis, we call this concave lens as the diverging lens. It is exactly similar to the mirror also. Now you can easily identify that which of the mirror is converging and which of the mirror is diverging. Concave mirror is called converging mirror, and the convex mirror is known as diverging mirror. Whereas when we study the case of the lens, here the convex lens is converging lens and concave lens is diverging lens. That is all about the sign convention. Yes, there is one more formula that we need to focus apart from the lens formula, which is 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. There is one more formula that we study for the magnification, exactly like we did in the case of the mirror. So what is the magnification, and how much the image is magnified? It is magnified, or it is a small image which is formed. So we'll define a vector magnification here, and we call that, okay, this is the ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object. Ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object. At times the height is not given to me. When we are solving the numericals, we are given just the object distance and the image distance. So the formula in terms of the object distance and the image distance can be written as V by U. It is V by U. Can you recall the formula of magnification in the case of mirror? There we used to write minus V by U. Minus V by U in the case of mirror. But in the case of lens, there is no minus sign over there in the formula. It is simply V by U or Hi by Ho, which is a universal formula for the magnification. One more formula that you should remember in the case of a lens, that we call as power of the lens. Like when you have any eye defect and you go to the optician to get your glasses made, then the optician checks your eyes and tells you the number, that this left eye is having more power, right eye is having less power. So what is this power? Power of the lens. The power of the lens is defined as reciprocal of the focal length. The formula is not the very correct one. For the thick lenses, the formula changes. This formula, of course, I can use when we are given the thin lenses. So it is a thin lens formula. You are given a single lens which is very thin, and the formula for the power is 1 by f. And what is the SI unit of focal length? The SI unit of focal length, of course, since that is length, so the SI unit of focal length is meters. So the power SI unit is, should be, either you write down 1 by m, or you write down meter inverse, or there is a new word that is coined for the SI unit of power, which is diopter. You can call this unit as diopter also. The symbolic representation, I tell that to you in the meanwhile. So it is diopter, and the symbol that we use for diopter is capital D. SI unit of power is meter inverse or diopter. So 1 diopter is equal to 1 meter inverse. 1 diopter is equal to 1 meter inverse. Okay, one conceptual question that we discuss now. What is the power of a converging lens? Positive or negative? Power of a converging lens. All of you can note it down. This is a simple conceptual question, can be there in the exam also. Power of a convex lens should be positive or negative. Since the convex lens is having the focal length positive, why positive? Since it is a converging lens and we have just proved that focal length is positive, that implies that power is also positive. That means power of a convex lens or converging lens is always positive. And what is the power of a concave lens? Again, same strategy to be used. Concave lens, since it is diverging lens, focal length is negative here. That means power should be negative. Why power should be negative? Because power is reciprocal of the focal length. That is all about this. We'll do one specific example to understand all the formulas a bit more. So let us see one example. You have to, for example, you are given the object 20 centimeter and focal length is 10 centimeter. What you have to do is that you have to find out the image distance. You have to find out magnification also, and you have to find out that whatever the lens, for example, the lens given to you is convex lens. For this convex lens, you may be asked to find out the power also. So let us resolve the issue. The formulas are all known to me, sign convention I am aware of. So let us write on the lens formula first. 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. So let us collect the details. V is to be calculated. So the parameter that we are supposed to calculate, I need not put the sign convention for that. Sign will appear automatically into the answer. What about U, children? U is 20 centimeter. since the object is taken to the left side of the lens, so should it be positive or negative? I should take this as negative. And convex lens is a converging lens. Focal length positive or negative? Focal length of course is positive. Let us resolve the issue. So put the values. 1 by v is to be calculated is equal to 1 by f plus 1 by u. So it comes out to be 1 by f is 1 by 10 plus 1 by u minus 1 by 20. Solve it and further you will get v value to be 20 centimeter. 20 centimeter and the sign here is positive. What does this mean? V is equal to 20 centimeter plus 20 centimeter. That means the image is formed in the direction of incident light ray and a real image is formed. When you are getting a plus sign with the image, that always means that the image is real. So it is real image which is formed. Let us find out the magnification. The formula for the magnification is known to me. I can complete the nature of image after finding the magnification. So the magnification formula is V by U. What is the value of V here, children? That I have just calculated. 20. Again you have to put the values with sign convention. And what is the value of U? The value of U is minus 20. So it gives me minus 1. Magnification minus 1. Minus sign indicates that the image is inverted. Minus sign, if you are getting with the magnification, means the image is inverted. If you are getting a plus sign with the magnification, that means the image is erect. So minus sign means it is inverted and it is real also. That indicates, a minus sign indicates that the image is inverted and real. What about this 1? 1 indicates that the object size is same as that of the image size. Can I use any other formula for the magnification to get my answer? HI by HO. It is minus 1. What does this indicate? That height of the image is minus height of the object. Okay, the final picture comes from here. That image is having a minus sign. That means the image is inverted. And since both are same, the numerical value is same. That means the image is of the same size. So what is the nature of the image? Real, inverted and it is same size. Where was the object? The object was at the position 2f. Where is the image? The image 2 is formed at 2f. You can collect this detail also here. Object at 2f, image is formed at 2f again, and this is the nature of the image, real, inverted and of the same size. Of course you can calculate the power also. The power here is, the formula for the power is, it is reciprocal of focal length. So power is reciprocal of focal length. What is the focal length? Plus 10 centimeter. So it is 1 by 10. Put a sign also. Sign is mandatory when you are doing the numerical. So kindly complete your worksheet. The next target that we are going to start is the chapter energy. Right? And that's it for now.